Persichetti. It's being called the worst drug crisis in American history. The opioid epidemic, taking the lives of more than 1,500 people per week. It all started with the overprescription of legal pain meds, but now it's intensified. In some states, there's more prescriptions than people. New Jersey is deciding to do something about it, and they're turning to the church. Jessica Easthope has the story from Newark.
About 3,000 people in the state of New Jersey have died from an overdose every year since 2017.
Steady growth in deaths due to addiction.
A statistic that has faith leaders in the Archdiocese of Newark ready to take action.
We're there to offer them hope. God's love for you is bigger than your addiction.
Father Timothy Graff is coordinating a new collaboration between the Archdiocese and NJRC, the New Jersey Reentry Corporation. The nonprofit has helped tens of thousands of formerly incarcerated people and those in recovery from addiction get help and back into society. The partnership will train priests on how to spot addiction in the pews.
This is another opportunity for the church to care for people. And we see that a lot with people living with addiction and their families, is that they don't know where else to go.
Former New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevey is chair of NJRC. He says the drug fentanyl, which is 50 times stronger than heroin, has rattled the recovery system. And now is the time to form a chain of compassion that starts at church and ends in treatment.
We see this as an opportunity to heal people at the earliest possible point, as opposed to eventually down the road after there's more chaos, more abandonment, more loneliness, and more anger.
Priests and deacons can undergo a 2-hour web training on how to spot signs of addiction, build trust, and eventually refer individuals to NJRC so they can be evaluated and placed in appropriate treatment within 48 hours.
Faith can be the basis, the foundation of good decision making, but it's also having the importance of setting out to find that place that's going to help us.
Both parties recognize that often parish priests are the first contact for a person suffering with addiction or their family members. With this partnership, their help can extend far beyond the confessional.
This offers a very clear sign that their faith is alive and that their faith community is reaching out to them saying, how can we help you in this area?
The role of the church, the role of faith, and the degree to which we do this together will promote not only sobriety, but will save lives.
The program is officially launching on July 1st. Priests, deacons, and church staff will be offered training as soon as June 22nd. In Newark, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
Fatal drug overdoses are at an all-time high when it comes to New York City as well. In fact, the New York Department of Health and Mental Hygiene says someone dies of an overdose every 3 hours. Fentanyl kills more New Yorkers than guns. In 2021, Staten Island saw 141 deaths, 651 in Brooklyn, 629 in Manhattan, 829 in the Bronx, and 418 in Queens. Things only got worse in 2022, and projections for 2023 are expected to be even higher. If you or someone you know is suffering from drug addiction, you can turn to Catholic Charities for help. There are several health clinics all around Brooklyn and Queens. To find one near you, just visit ccbq.org. Turning now to the Vatican. After spending 9 days in the hospital, Pope Francis is back. He made his first public appearance Sunday and thanked all of you.
Desidero esprimere la mia gratitudine a quanti nei giorni del mio ricovero al Policlinico Gemelli mi hanno manifestato affetto, premura e amicizia e mi hanno assicurato il sostegno della preghiera.
The Pope remains standing for the entire Angelus, but the Vatican has canceled the general audience this Wednesday just to give him a bit more time to recover from that intestinal surgery. Juneteenth is the annual commemoration of the end of slavery in the United States. It's been recognized by African Americans here since the late 1800s, but it's the country's newest federal holiday, first celebrated in 2021. In Brooklyn, the festivities have caught on quick. African dancers and music filled Brower Park in Crown Heights as dozens came out to celebrate. Organizers say the day serves as a teaching moment.
We also know that when the enslaved persons were notified of their freedom, we're still fighting for freedom in this country. So it's a way for us as a community to come together, show love, support, and keep the fight going.
I wanted to celebrate with my family about when they stopped slavery and it was gone, and they got to make a holiday.
Free books were given away for community members to learn more about Black history. Brooklyn actually played a critical role in the freeing of America's slaves. Crown Heights once went by another name, and nearly 200 years ago, it was home to one of the largest free Black communities in the United States. It was one of the first communities for free Black Americans in the nation, Weeksville. Now, this almost 200-year-old neighborhood is preserved for all to experience at Weeksville Heritage Center in Crown Heights. Historic houses basically untouched by time.
It's a piece of history that's still alive, that's still there, it's tangible, you can see it, you can touch it.
John Lefferts of the Lefferts family dies, and his heirs find out that their family is land rich but cash poor. So they begin a process of, starting to sell off parcels of land.
Some sold to James Weeks, who helped create Weeksville. It was a safe haven for freed Black Americans, created during a time when slavery was still legal in many areas. Safety, which fostered success. The neighborhood produced influential members of society, like the first Black female doctor in New York. The community thrived too. It had a school, its own newspaper, and 3 Christian churches.
Weeksville represents Black people trying to live out the American dream. They were trying to be self-sufficient. They were trying to be entrepreneurial.
The Weeksville Heritage Center now protects this important history and teaches it to others, creating more opportunity to introduce the world to this hidden historical gem. If you'd like to visit the village yourself, you can. Just go to weeksvillesociety.org to check their schedule. You could go on a public tour or even schedule a private one. And that is Currents News. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.